Yo, Wagwan people, it's your boy Uche. So I heard Nigeria is protesting against bad government and bad governance in Nigeria. Good. Good. I'm actually happy. Like, I'm actually genuinely excited that this is happening. I just hope that this is a real protest and not people are getting together singing kumbaya and doing praise and worship, because you know how people would like to pray to Jesus or Yocha all the time. No, no, no. We need to be angry. I've been saying this for a long time. Okay, Nigerians, I feel like we're too comfortable. I don't know if it's because of Twitter, social media, BB Niger, or just joblessness. We need to be angry because it makes no sense that Nigeria is literally the most populous black nation on the planet. The giant of Africa, yet has nothing to show for it. Okay? Nigerians are some of the smartest people I've ever met. Some of the most beautiful men and women are from Nigeria. Some of the most industrious entrepreneurs in the world are from Nigeria. Go to some of the top universities, Ivy Leagues included. You see Nigerians run that shit. Yet look at the people representing us. Look at Tinubu. Look at Tinubu. Imam didn't look at the mado. Le mado didn't knock anywhere. Hi Chinakena. And the sad thing is that these are the people, the black people that the rest of the world gets to see. When they go to these world, meetings and things like that. Human being, I can't even speak English. I can't even talk properly. These are the people that the Asians are seeing, the Middle Easterns are seeing, the white folks from, the, what's it called? The Northern Europe are seeing. You have to understand, I've talked about this before. You have to understand, a lot of people have never seen a black person before up front. And the only thing that they know about black people is the fuck shit that they see in the media. Same thing too applicable with some of these world leaders. The only time that they get to interact with black folks are these political leaders. And that is further perpetuating this ridiculous idea that there's something, inherently I'm trying to be careful with what I say because of these algorithms. So yes, we need to be angry. It is sad. It is an insult. It's an eyesore that look at the people that are representing us, a whole giant of Africa, even though we have some of the smartest human beings from our country. How can you be giant of Africa? Yet the minimum wage in your country is $44 a month. Can you imagine? $44 a month. You got people out here fighting for $44 an hour in America. But you have people in Nigeria making $44 a month. And don't get me wrong, yes, I know cost of living is relatively low in Nigeria, but this is across the nation. You have people, even in Lagos right now, who don't even make that much money. Matter of fact, there are people in Nigeria who have not even been paid this year. Salary have not been paid this year. Meanwhile, cost of living is still going up. I blame the fake life people, Sha, because there's the people that are driving inflation in Nigeria, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yes, you need to be angry. We all need to be angry. People in the diaspora, people at home, everybody. Hell, even black Americans need to be angry because, again, Black Americans are the most privileged black people on the planet because of your American citizenship. You need to be tuned in to what's happening in motherland because the motherland is a hot ass mess right now. Everybody and their mama needs to hop on this bandwagon of being angry to mash up the blood clot buttercunt, please. Because what kind of nonsense is this? What type of disrespect is this? Even if you're American by naturalization, we're all in this together. Oh. We're all in this together. Don't think that your American citizenship or your British accent or whatever the situation is alleviates you from this mess. Because when they see your place of birth, it says Nigeria. We're all in this together. How can we call ourselves giants of Africa? Yet we don't even have a single airline. A single airline. You understand that the geographic location of Nigeria is actually so perfect, so pristine. Like it's literally in the center where you can get to anywhere in the world with ease. You can get to Northern Africa, Southern Africa, Eastern Africa, get to Europe, get to Asia, get to the Americas with ease, South and North America with ease. If we had some type of airline. But then why would we have airline if we don't have any type of tourism? How can we have 36 states and capital yet everybody's making noise about Lagos and Abuja and the rest of the country is just there collecting dust? We are so blessed in manpower and resources and so many opportunities. But look at us. Look at it. Look at our lives. Look at our country. How can you be from a country, you call yourself a giant of Africa, but healthcare, I don't know. There's no healthcare. As I am, if I go to Nigeria and they tell me something about surgery, nah, I'm playing, because nobody's cutting me up in that country. And I'm not taking this away from some of the hardworking doctors and nurses in Nigeria. Shout out to y'all. But at the same time, too, how can these people flourish in their business if they're not being supported by the government? If they don't have adequate equipment. There's no electricity. There's no constant electricity. Chineke. Look at price of fuel. Look at price of gari. Price of rice. Price of bag of rice is even higher than the minimum wage. So yes, you need to be angry. You really need to be angry. So this whole suffering and smiling nonsense, I'm so glad people are waking up from this because I've been talking about this for such a long time. I say you are being to Americanized. This one's America. No, you need to be angry. Even me that lives here in America. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the fact that I live in America. Don't get me wrong. I really do. Thank God Almighty. This is my faith, my destiny. The reason why I'm grateful for being in America is probably very different from most people's reasons for, giving testimony about America. But I'm not going to break that down on this video because I know, our people are very white supremacists, even though we deny it. But that's a whole nother conversation. Ideally, I would like to move back to Nigeria. Ideally, I would like to have a home, some type of property in Nigeria, somewhere in the villages in the east, where I can stay safely. But I can't even do that. How can you call yourself a dual citizen when you can't even maximize on your dual citizenship? You have a passport that is relatively useless. Not all the way useless, but it's relatively useless. Every time I travel with my Nigerian passport, I'm always harassed at the airport. Even in Nigeria, I get harassed with my own Nigerian passport in my own country. What kind of nonsense is this? The Naira has no power whatsoever. It comes to a point where certain places you go to, you tell people that you're Nigerian. Or they start disrespecting you. So enough is enough. Right? So I'm so glad about this protest. And another thing too, while y'all are protesting, I hope you guys are also protesting for equal rights, okay? Equality, human rights, everybody. We're all in this shit together. So don't just be protesting for the rich people, okay? Don't just be protesting for the straight people, for the light-skinned women, and, the pretty people, and so on and so forth, the young people, or whatever the situation is. Protest for everybody. The LGBTQ people included, the women included, the dark-skinned women included, because I know some of y'all are so fucking colorist, but you won't admit it. Protest for Christians, the Muslims, everybody. We're all in this together. One Nigeria, don't be so. Protest for Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. All of us. Protest for all of us. Don't just pick and choose, because we're stronger together. It doesn't make sense to be a citizen of a country where the average citizen doesn't have any right. When I was in the military, we used to say that it doesn't matter how strong you are as strong as your weakest soldier. So which means it is your duty in the battalion to make sure that the weakest person is taken care of. So the exact same thing is applicable here too. So when you're protesting, you need to be keeping in mind that you need to be protesting for everybody, including the least protected person in your society. And lastly, please, all the people who are protesting, please be safe. Be safe, because we don't want what happened in 2020, I believe October 2020, to repeat itself literally 4 years later, okay? Let's not do that, please. Okay, because all those people, shout out to all the people that protested in 2020. I was one of them. I protested here in Houston. And rest in peace to all the people who lost their lives and people who got hurt. Let's not repeat that again, because Nigerian government, they be on some fuck shit. So be safe. Try to be as safe as possible, but let your anger come out, man. Let that anger come out for real. And if you're in abroad and if you're in the diaspora, if you have a way to support the people back home who are protesting, this is the only time I'm advocating for supporting people back home. Usually I don't support anything. I don't send anything back home. I'm just being honest. But if you have a way of realistically and pragmatically supporting people protesting back home, do it. Because we're all in this together. Don't be in your AC in your Canada or Germany, acting like it's Obasage because this and that. No, we're in the same country. We are from the same country. We're all in this together. All of us. Nobody is going to heal our country. Nobody's going to heal our minds. Nobody's going to heal our culture. Nobody's going to heal our pain but us. Oyibo no send. Chinese no send. In fact, they even prefer that we're still in pain so that they can come infiltrate our country and take our resources like Oyibo have done before. You understand? So the only people who can do it is us. And if you have some type of privilege, whether it's American privilege or Western privilege or financial privilege or political privilege or media privilege or whatever the situation is, you put hand, all of us, even here, is some type of awareness. You don't just cross your hands, because put yourself in a position. Imagine if you didn't get a visa to leave your village and come to America. You would be there. I want to go on Nishi. You wouldn't want that to happen, right? You would want somebody who has some type of privilege to give you some type of exposure, some type of cushion. So yes, let's all join hands together and mash up the blood clot Maracan, please, because enough is enough. It doesn't know. Uche, peace and love.